Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video, I'm going to take a look at Sidisi's Vereesa Highlander Hunter. This is a fun little alternative take on Highlander Hunter that Sidisi has been playing in High Legend. You can find a link to his stream down below in the description, by the way, if you want to check out the original creator of the deck. And it is a Highlander Hunter like many others, but with a couple of twists. So this is heavily reliant on dragons. There are more dragon synergies in this one than usually. There's stuff like Fire-3 Witch Doctor, which is going to rotate out tomorrow, so you won't have much time to play with that. And stuff like Cobalt Spellkin. And that's pretty funny because Cobalt Spellkin gives you those 1-mana spells, which are sometimes damage spells, Arcane Shot or Rapid Fire, and then there is Vereesa Windrunner. And when you play Vereesa, Vereesa is from Rise of Shadows, by the way, so she is not rotating out. You can play with Vereesa in the future as well. Vereesa equips Toridal, the Star's Fury, and after your hero attacks, gain spell damage +2 this turn with Toridal. So this deck often finds these surprise lethals. When you have Toridal equipped, you attack, you get the spell damage, then you launch on kill command, some rapid fires, and maybe some rapid fires or arcane shots from Cobalt Spellkin to the dome. And Cobalt Spellkin is even getting better in the next expansion, because with the rotation there's going to be 2 fewer non-damage spells in the pool, so then Cobalt Spellkin will give you damage spells more than half of the time. Right now it's around 40%. This deck also uses Zul'jin, which is not something you see very often in Highlander Hunter nowadays, but Zul'jin is rotating out tomorrow, so it will not be available soon. Anyway, a fun alternative take on Highlander Hunter. I had a great time playing with this, and I also was able to climb very effectively with this deck. If you still want to take it out for a spin on the ladder, then a small recap on the mulligan of this sort of Highlander Hunter. Keep good stuff for your early turns. Sharpshooter, Stalker, Zephyrus, Desert Spear, Diving Griffin, Primordial Explorer, Ursatron. Yeah, Highlander Hunter mulligans, you know, it's a little bit flexible because it's full of singletons, so it's hard to hard mulligan for anything. And if you're facing something really aggressive, you can also keep Corrosive Red Spring Paw. Or if you're facing something really slow and you want to be the aggressor, then Dragonbane and Escaped Mana Saber will allow you to do so. Anyway, a fun alternative take on Highlander Hunter, and maybe Vereesa can carry through the rotation in some form. If you enjoy this content, then please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get notifications when new videos come. You can also check the description down below for other ways to support the content that I create. And now, let's go take a look at Sidisi's Vereesa Highlander Hunter in action. Alright, up against a rogue. What can we do against a rogue? Let's see. That has always been the case for me. So rogues on the coin and kept everything. That's kind of scary. At least I have a corrosive red to kill that hot air balloon. That's good. What's up next? Yeah, I was afraid of that. Flipping the spear. Any reason to hit into that? No, not really. I can always be a Witchilaki or something for it. It's obviously it's going to die, but I don't mind too much. The albatrosses are a little awkward though, because my hand is full of Highlander synergy cards. I guess I need to hit that albatross down to 2 though. I mean, I can't keep taking hits from the albatross either. This policy is still better than YouTube's. Hard to say. I just have to hope that I will find one of them. There was the Witchilaki. That's why I didn't put emphasis on dealing damage to that minion. This can be a good Spellkin time. And I can take a hit over there. Get rid of that lackey. Not much use to use this for anything right now. So he has another lackey. He has 2 more lackeys in hand. So I have to hope that I will find 1 albatross in relatively near future. Okay, okay, and okay. Ah, the albatross draw. This is why the Bad Luck Albatross is not a reliable way to count the Highlander decks. I want to clean up shop here. Let's discover a secret. More freezing traps. Okay. That might be okay. Well, arcane shot there. Hit here. Not letting him have a heist burn next turn. Get that thing over there. Use the discovered secret now and hero power phase. Do the best I can to set up for Dino Tamer Bran for next turn. He might have the 4/5 taunt, of course. That's possible. I had the option to go for the pressure plate. I was just thinking that if there's a bunch of lackeys, then pressure plate might be low expected value. Freezing a Snip Snap is of course pretty sweet for him. But what can you do? We're going to go to the dome and ask him, do you have the Ziliax in hand? That's always the question, do you have Ziliax? I mean, he has 11 cards into his deck. The probability of Ziliax is less than... it's 1 in 3. Okay, so that could be Wind Fury. And he freezes one of the Snip Snaps, then he kills the Bran, and then he attacks into the King Crush. And then the other Snip Snap goes into the King Crush as well. So pretty simple Wind Fury Rush play. Totally... wait, what? Okay. I guess you can keep it. Oh, but that Rotten Drake right there. Do I use the Spring Paw and the Lynx? I can use just the Spring Paw. And I can trade. I can trade. I can Rotten Drake the Sea Armor, then I can Hero Power Face. Like this. So now we're threatening lethal for next turn. There's 8 on board. There's 2 more from this. That would be 10. Nice Deathwing. So a few options here. Dragonbane Hero Power either kills the Deathwing or puts him down to 3. I've only played Freezing Trap in this game from hand, right? Yeah, and Corrosive Breath. Corrosive Breath. Let's go with the Dragonbane. We get him down to 3. And then I'll play a Freezing Trap. I might as well play an Albatross. Let's do that too. Okay, so I have a Corrosive Breath in the Zul'jin. Raising Galakrond. There can be a rush lackey, so he might be able to rush something into the Freezing Trap. Those are not that. Okay. That's not it. That's not going to be it, not for 4 mana. So there we go. Rogue 1 down. But other than that, let's see about this one then. So I'm expecting Galakrond Warlock, but it could also be 2. Should not have kept the Mana Saber probably. So it has to be Galakrond Warlock. Yeah. Keeping the Mana Saber was not correct. Don't want to hit him yet, because then I just give him Mortal Coil target. He's going to play that. Bit of a surprise. It's okay though. So I could kill the Snip Snap. And draw my Ziliax. Or I can get a secret out there. Let's take the secret. Got the wrong one. I wanted the freezing trap. That explosive trap is not going to do anything. Okay, that explosive trap is actually getting some work done. I am surprised. But there's going to be a Nether Breath for this. There's always a Nether Breath for that. There's also going to be a Dark Skies for the Mana Saber. I think we clean up this one anyway here. Despite the incoming Dark Skies. It's always Dark Skies, right? That is the only tool that answers this. Well, there could be a Plague of Death, Plague of Flames play, but that would be fairly weak.
I will act as your skill.
And that one is very weak. Okay. So now I can draw the Ziliax. This one can go here. I can play a Lynx. Lynx can go here. I can hit into one of these. So I can clean up the other one too. And this one can go face. And that can enable a Primordial Explorer, although Dark Skies would still clear. But if he had Dark Skies, he would have played it last turn, so he doesn't have Dark Skies. So we'll play the Primordial. And discover another Primordial. Now he could of course play like the Grey's Netherwing, which clears this and stays on the board as a threat. But then I would have the Rottnest Drake hero power to answer that. So I'd still be fine with that. No, but it was the top deck Dark Skies. Well, I knew he didn't have one. But you can always top deck it. I guess this is the Cobalt Spellkin. Let's see what I can pick up from that, and then hero power. Work my way towards that Vereesa and some burst with the spells. Next up, one of those. Okay. Now he has a fully invoked Galakrond. That's of course a little bit annoying. So I will have to answer this with an Unleash, right? 6 minions. Unleash. I would have this Bestial Wrath here. +2 attack and immune. 3, 4, 5. I actually think I kind of like that. Let's use these to trade here. I can hit over there. Trade, face, hero, power, freezing trap. Let's do it like this. There is a fully invoked Galakrond. I wanted to clean up those small minions so that I have a better Rottnest Strike, potentially. If I don't have to use the Rottnest Strike next turn, then it's probably Vereesa into hero power. Work on getting to that spell damage. 5 mana means that I probably don't have to use the... Yeah, I don't have to use the Rottnest Strike now. Although I could. But now that I don't have to, it's just Vereesa. I don't have a beast in hand for the kill command though. And this is a Vereesa turn. And we push some face damage. Put the Warlock down to 10. There's going to be some Sacrificial Pacts coming. So without a beast, that's 5 plus 4, that's 9 from the spells after hitting with Toridal. Yeah, that one is destroyed. I've already seen both copies of Dark Skies, but there's Plague of Flames, of course. He can do some kind of an invoke card, Sacrificial Pact, Plague of Flames. Maybe even develop more after that. We'll see. That's the sort of play I would expect. And there's the Sacrificial Pact. And there's the Plague of Flames. So, I have that 4 plus 5. So that would be 9 plus 4, 13 damage. Not quite enough for lethal. And Unleash the Beast is not a great way to push. But he still has the Alexstrasza as well. Now that I saw how much he struggled to get that Plague of Flames going, I'm probably going with this here. I can't use all of my burst, because then he will just Alexstrasza himself. But doing it like this, now I have a beast on board, so if he doesn't kill the beast, then the kill command becomes much better. Unity, precision, perfection. That was a good one though. Gets him to 13. Don't exactly have that damage from hand, right? No, because there's not enough mana. That's just 11. That would then beat Celiax. Is it time to Rottnest Strike? He has struggled to clear all this stuff. So maybe I could just Rottnest Strike now. Now let's do that. Don't hit him in the face. No. I was really uncertain whether I should have hit him in the face there or not. That's a very, very close call. They wanted to clear the board because he has been struggling to answer these boards. See if that continues. And now this is 5 plus 4, 9 plus 4 is 13, which would be lethal. 4 damage, pew. 5 damage, pew. Lethal. I even have the Animal Companion for some more. Now there's the new competitor also, the discard too. We'll see. It looks like it can draw just crazy amounts of cards. if it hits the discards. I'll play the sharpshooter. We'll see what the rogue can do. I'm the only one who doesn't like the 1000 win Vereesa. Yes, yes you are. Rexar, by whatever name, is still a Rexar. Who's a meta will... Harrison will be meta again. We'll see, maybe. A bit of a dull turn. Pew pew. But what can you do? Next turn at least we get to play the Ursatron. Then he's going to seal fate the Ursatron though. Kept one card. I have a deadly shot for an Edwin, but if the Edwin comes with a ton of lackeys, then it's not going to work. Oh no, that's going to be the Miscreant. Yep. Deadly shooting the Miscreant isn't that awesome. I'm gonna go for the Ursatron. Hit face. So the Ursatron will draw Dragonbane or Ziliax at this point. We'll see. Hitting over there would have meant that this cannot chip into the Ursatron and then be Witchy Lackeyed. Was that something I needed to play around? Backstab, hit Witchy Lackey. I just think that if he had backstab he would have killed the sharpshooter, but maybe not. Sharpshooter is a quite low value target after all. That was an eviscerate. Diving Griffon is going to draw the Spring Paw. I think we'll go for that. This will draw Spring Paw. And I will also be able to use the Spring Paw here. And Diving Griffon will kill that, Spring Paw will kill that, and this one's going to go face. I think I liked this. Didn't want to leave him with the Lackey up, so that I would have better Rottnest Drake. Like, this is the moment where I want to Rottnest Drake. Alright. So he has another Lackey in hand. Top decking the Seal Fate. Nice. Is it a damage Lackey? Or a Rush Lackey? Those would be sweet. Ah, it was the Rush Lackey. Ouch. Painful. Painful stuff. Ooh, a Corrosive Breath. Mind if I do? Let's Corrosive Breath that one. Denies Heist Burn from the next turn. So set up the Freezing Trap. And push a little bit of damage to the face. So we'll see what Rogue is going to develop next. Currently there are there Lackeys in hand? No. 3 Lackeys have been used, 3 Lackeys have been generated. There's a discovered spell in hand. That's the discovered card. It's a spell. Well, now there is a Lackey again. But if he plays that, then because he can't really deadly shot. Oh, Dino Tamer. Would have loved to use that. I mean, this is Ziliax and Hero Power. He can use Lackey and Heist Burn next turn. If I do Deadly Shot... I don't think I can really Vereesa now. I think it's Ziliax and Hero Power. Kills that. That one goes to face for one more. Now he can play a Lackey and Heist Baron. But if he does that, I'll just brand his face. He does that. But then we're just going all brand on his face here.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
Pow. 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 This beast... If I don't use this beast, I could use it next turn with the kill command. But he can do more if he has a lackey alive. With something like a faceless corruptor. I think I'll spare it. I can also just freeze the lackey now though. But I mean, he has to have Ziliax. He's dead if he doesn't have Ziliax. That's the point here. But now he's alive at 1. Might be more than 1. We'll see. Maybe I needed to kill the lackey after all. Maybe it was a mistake. Okay. The plot thickens. Because that's a Malygos rogue. Alright, well. We'll steady shot the Ziliax. Pew. Do these decks run Alexstrasza nowadays? Put him down to 7. Next turn I have the kill command hero power. To stay on the safe side, I could also deadly shot one of the current minions here. What if there is an Alexstrasza? There shouldn't be an Alexstrasza in that deck, right? I'll just do it like this. Put him down to 7. Does he have the damage? It looks like he still has the damage. That's sad if he has it. Seriously? There's still 14 cards left in his deck. But he had the damage. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.